Hello everyone, and welcome to our Intro to After Effects, where we'll be covering all the basic steps to begin compositing videos, as well as some of the shortcuts and basic tools you'll be using in almost every project. Speaking of projects, we can open a new project right here. You'll get this very blank project page with lots of tabs and windows, and there isn't a lot to do here except for creating a new composition or using a video you already have to make a new composition for you. If you check the description below, I've provided a stock free video that you can use to follow along. If you have your own, you're welcome to use that as well. Now with the stock video downloaded, you can create a composition from the footage we downloaded by clicking New Composition from Footage and locating the file that we want to use. And that's that. If you look in the top left corner, you can see that our composition is at 3840 by 2160. The length of our project composition is 15 seconds and 31 frames. And our video is playing at 50 frames per second, which is a little cow guy right here. Now, normally in most of our classes, we use 24 frames per second, which is what every major film studio uses in most of their movies. So unfortunately, we can't really use this composition from this footage because of the 50 FPS. We are going to go back to the home and try a new project using new composition right here. That way we can actually choose a preset that will already have the frames per second set to 24. So right now we have a preset for 30 FPS, excuse me. And we can just set it to HD TV 1080 24. Next, we just have to set our duration of our timeline to 15. We can keep it 1531 since we know that's the length of our cow video. Click OK. And then all that's left is to double click on our project tab, bring in our cow video that we downloaded again. And you'll see here that it'll say 50 FPS, but if we drag it into our composition is 920 by 1080, about 16 seconds in length, and 24 frames per second. And you can see that the length of time is increased because we've lowered the frame rate, which means our video is now slightly a little longer because 24 frames per second is less than 50 frames per second. Also notice these little rectangles here, and that's because the size of our video is 4K, and we chose a preset for 920 by 1080. So we can just click on any of these rectangles in the corner, whichever corner you prefer, and we can just kind of shrink this down just like that. And then use our mouse wheel to zoom in. And now we have a 1920 by 1080 cow. And if we click spacebar, there we go. Now you can tell from the cow video, it is kind of rendering a little bit. You can tell what a render is, or what is rendered in After Effects by this green bar here. It's kind of like a loading bar. So anything that you play with a green bar on it will play smoothly. And you can see that our cow video is just kind of playing fine. It looks near identical to the 50 FPS video. But the amount of memory and the amount of work that your computer has to do is definitely going to be noticeable between a 24 FPS composition and a 50 FPS composition. All right, so that's it for part 1. Check out part 2, where we're going to cover all the basic transformations and tools that you're going to use to edit your videos.